How long was my first Arch Linux video? 22 minutes. Okay. Let's go. Chris from the
video,
past.
I go over installing Arch Linux for the very first time.
Oh, God. Oh, lordy. I was doing intros? Oh, man, look at that terrible logo, too.
So, disclaimer on this video, I'm just getting back from a Christmas party, so I'm feeling pretty good. And I figure what better time than trying to install Arch Linux for the very first time.
I didn't thumbs up my own video.
Right now in a virtual machine. So this isn't actually on my main system here. I don't have the hardware and everything set up to do that type of video just yet. But
there's my wife.
Hey, we're live here. I'm not even going to edit that out. All right, whatever. So, Arch Linux. Arch
Linux look at the
is
cat in the picture too.
Right now, by me. I'm not drunk. Just for the record. So we're going to start out here. I'm going to leave my picture in the corner in this tutorial just because it might be entertaining, it might not. I might fall asleep, and I'd rather just have all that on there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut over to my second window here. Bam. I'm down here now. Right here. All right.
This is probably my best video I've ever made, actually, looking back on it.
In GNOME boxes. All right. So we're going to create it. It's going to do this. And I'm not doing this just completely from the hip.
4 years ago.
I got a cheat sheet from their little wiki. So everybody says it's super hard and it's like way advanced. We'll see how it goes. I don't think it's that hard. We're going to do this right now. So, normally I speed this part up.
How much did I repeat myself on
editing this video tonight, so I'm just going to talk for a little bit. All right, so it says the very first thing we need to do is set the time date control to this.
Should I say I'm not drunk, I'm just tipsy?
All right, time, date, CTL.
I don't think that's needed, man.
NTP, true.
No.
Okay, cool.
You don't need to do that.
So then we check our disk with fdisk-L.
Oh, I'm doing a legacy on this one.
And then you determine which disk you should use. This is dev-SDA.
Don't do this.
So
don't do this way.
Disk dev SDA.
Okay.
Boom. On this one, DOS. Free space.
Use GPT.
Yeah,
do two partitions.
Primary.
EFI.
And bootable. Right? Yeah. And then once you do all that,
that's wrong.
You just click right, and then bam, your partition.
Oh wait, no. Since it's a legacy one, you can just put the boot flag, and you can do just one partition.
All right, cool.
Again,
so that
legacy
stuff. And now
don't
move
do this.
On to making the.
I did an MBR one partition boot for my first Arch Linux install.
Ow, son of a! I'm wearing it. I'm putting that on.
I forgot about the music.
Right. Red hat on. No, I'm not cutting it. It's not trash.
There's my wife. It's terrible. You need to cut all this.
It's a special edition. I said it in the title. All right, mkfs.ext.
Yeah. All right, so I made my partition. I'm formatting it.
Yeah.
I should probably write down the timestamps and redo it so you actually have timestamps.
We need to make it an ext4.
Oh man, you think people are actually following this and watching this tutorial in 2023?
fs.ext4 and then dev
I hope not.
SDA1, which if you look in the top left-hand corner,
so when I was munching on chips and cut the stream, that wasn't actually a cut stream. I accidentally live streamed while looking at YouTube.
It says that didn't
completely different thing. I accidentally streamed. The whole stream was bad.
SDA1 does not exist and no file was specified.
This is 4 years ago, so it would have been 2019. It would be no.
First roadblock.
This was the Christmas of 2018. I just started YouTube.
Oh, I don't think we wrote those changes. Let's go ahead and try that one more time. And write. Maybe we're gonna write these changes first. Ah, it's done.
Okay. We finally wrote the partition changes and formatted at 5 minutes.
So now we're gonna mount it.
Dude, if I redid this install these days, it would be a 5-minute install.
Dev SDA1, boom, MNT, and
all right, we mounted it. Are we pack strapping it? Then we pack strap to load the base systems.
Devil.
We could do a rank mirrors with parallel downloads here
with...
and make it go much faster.
So this...
Then we speed up.
All right. Now we need to generate the fstab that we have created this. Fstab basically mounts your drives when you boot up. And if you mistype this, well, your system just won't boot. So don't mess this up.
Oh,
so
no.
Just do this as if it came from the wiki. Boom. Mount etc fstab.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it seems easy enough. And then we go arch dash
chroot
dash mnt. Yeah, that's it. All right.
Fstab.
That's done. Now it says we need to set the time zone. So this is done with this ln-sf user share zone info dash us dash central.
Yeah.
And then space etc. So
doing locales honestly is the most annoying part of an Arch Linux install. Oh. Then I was syncing the hardware clock
US
and then setting the language to US.
Linux.
Bless, I set the locales for 5 minutes.
It says to edit the hosts. So let's nano etc hosts. Oh,
hosts are tough.
Correctly. And
what am I doing with hosts?
Nothing in here.
Am I doing like a 127.0.0? You don't need to do this, Chris. Local host?
Arch Linux.
Oh.
There's probably other stuff you need to put in there, but I just don't feel like doing it.
You don't need to do it.
Linux. I don't quite understand all that yet, but I'm working on
it. And then I'm adding myself to...
and then your username.
I'm adding Titus with a wheel and user for my groups.
Word. This and
bash prompt by default and setting password.
And then you need to set sudo v sudo to get this up here as well, but I don't like using v.
What am I doing with I'm getting scared. What am I doing with v sudo?
What did it want me to do here? It wanted
remove the wheel.
Remove wheel. Users privileges. So I guess let's create Titus.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Chris?
And
my cat's even got his back turned to me. I was like, I can't watch.
The right way to do this, but whatever.
No password?
No password. All.
What?
No. Yeah.
What are you doing?
All right.
Whatever.
It's fine. Good enough. All right. Now that is done,
don't do that, guys. That is terrible. Look at this idiot.
To enabling DHCP by.
So if you don't understand what just happened here, I literally added to the sudoers file that anytime you type sudo as the Titus user, it does not require a password. So you remember with like ordinary gamers, I was like, what is that? He's doing defaults root PW, which requires the root password to elevate to sudo. I was like, oh, that's weird. That's not normal. Most people just disable root and then you elevate using the user password. Both are right. You know, those are actually two correct answers. This is an example of what you should never, ever, ever do. Because basically anybody that's logged in as Titus and they type sudo space will get executed immediately with no password, user or root. Which is probably the most insecure thing you could possibly do.
To do this, we just do a
good enough
system control command. Enable DHCP.
Oh gosh.
CD.
Entering passwords is annoying. Who needs passwords?
Okay, no, that was right. And now that this is all set up, apparently we need to do grub. So we do grub dash.
Okay, I didn't do network D. I didn't do a network manager either. I'm using DHCPD.
Dash target.
Okay.
Equals.
Which is not bad, I guess. It's a Ethernet connection. We'll just grab it through DHCP.
Dash PC space dev SDA.
This is the weirdest grub install ever.
Command not found. Huh.
Isn't it just install grub?
That's not good. And I'm back. All right, so grub install does not work. It was hilarious. Some of the stuff I
And
found
I'm
online,
back.
but it's super easy. Pack strap
What?
dash s grub. I believe that's what it was.
Did I even install grub?
No, that was not the command I needed. It was pack.
Did I even install grub?
Wow. Totally should have got that.
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
Yes. All right. So it didn't actually say this in the wiki, or at least it wasn't laid out that clear. But you gotta have grub package to install grub because it's not included in the base packages.
I love that I left
Whatever.
this
All right.
online.
So with that done, we can actually go and do this first one now. This should
Okay.
go through, install it, no error reported, and now grub is installed. Let's take a look at the wiki here one more time. We need to make the config. So grub-mk config. And we need to boot
Booty
from grub dash
defaults or grub.cfg.
grub.cfg, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so that is done. So now it says we can just exit.
I just left everything
and
defaults. Okay.
U-mount dash
One way of doing it.
R to unmount R deal. And reboot. So if this is all done correctly, our art should come back up and the base
Why am I using gnome
should
boxes?
be installed here. So now it is loading it.
Anyways.
And we should get like a terminal probably. Oh, sweet. So then we just go Titus,
4.19. Oh
my
man.
password, and we're in. So now from here, we just need to do a desktop environment. So XFCE is
I probably
what I'm gonna
did.
end
I
up
think back
using
when I first started YouTube, I
because
was
that's what
installing an
somebody on
OS
the
like
forum
every
said that I
like
should
2 a
try, and I
day.
haven't done that before. So we're
And
gonna
this
go
was actually
sudo
back before I had a production machine
man
too. So that means I was installing OBS. I was installing everything on the one machine. I didn't have any other
apparently
machines.
synchronizes the stuff and updates it.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
Cool. Pac-Man. From here we do.
Yeah, I should do it as like a
Xorg
Christmas
and
special.
Xorg-server. Bam.
All right, we're grabbing Xorg, getting the display in.
First,
What did I install? I bet it was
know why I did
KDE, I
that.
bet you.
we just do sudo pacman-s, and we do our actual user interface.
Oh, I'm using
XFCE
XFCE. Okay.
XFCE4 goodies. Do some brownies right now. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Yep. Make it happen, Captain.
This is painful.
Okay.
Try not to
our
pass out here
graphic
towards the end.
interface is installed, but now we need a display manager to choose it and present us with a login screen. LXDM, yes. Install. Alright, that's good. And now we
Okay.
just need to make sure that display manager service logs in. Or, no, it's the
LXDM.
login
I thought
service,
XFCE
we need to
doesn't
make
use
it's
Light
enabled
DM?
so you can log in.
Yeah, maybe this is.
No, it's Stan. This is a full-on raw. It's live. It's raw. That's how it's gonna work.
Oh.
You're gonna be on camera. Haha. I'm talking.
Okay, at least my
They
wife didn't moon
understand
the
me,
camera
okay?
there as she walked
You
away.
just don't understand the complexities of Arch Linux. Go back to Ubuntu. I already got a complex. Okay, what? With no login or display manager, so I'm gonna log into root from this screen instead of my usual. But I'm gonna go to the home of my username Titus, and if we do a
what am I
detailed
doing here?
listing, you'll see the file .bash_profile.
Oh, this is back in my nano days.
And Did that and put this string in here. I've found on the Arch Wiki that
Don't do
you
it
can
this
just go
way.
ahead and drop
Do it
right
for
into here,
xinit,
and
change
it'll
your
launch
system D, set default to graphical.target, and that way you don't
desktop
have
environment.
this.
So I just went ahead and put XFCE for the bash profile for Titus.
What?
So if we exit, and I'll go ahead and reboot. When this pops up, I'll log in using the Titus user, not root, obviously. And from there, it should
I got to throw up on the
log
keyboard,
into
am I?
XFCE 4, and we should be good.
Why the hell did I do LXDM?
All right, and there we go. There
I installed a display manager and then didn't use it, and then I changed my bash profile and a login on the CLI to auto launch XFC.
Not that bad of an install. So I mean, it took me maybe about
that is
40
not
minutes
at
with
all
the
cool.
wiki. And I had to Google the two things I ran
can't believe I didn't
into
ever
is
rewatch
one,
this.
Display managers didn't work for crap with XFCE, which I'm sure like
That's because your dumbass didn't use Light DM.
Worked just fine. It's just, you know, people want me to try this for the first time, and I'm sure the other more popular ones, KDE uses KDM and GNOME uses GDM.
No, that's not at all. KDE uses SDDM, not KDM. Oh.
And I'm sure those synergize really well with each other. XFCE doesn't really have
KDM. Hey
manager.
guys, install KDM.
Like
okay,
some other stuff.
That's a good one.
Working out. Who cares? I showed you the workaround for that. And then the second thing was I couldn't install Grub because I didn't
install
use
Grub.
Pac-Man to install the Grub.
Yeah, you can't use Grub if you don't install
it. When you do the initial build of the base and the base devil for Arch, it doesn't do Grub, which I think the Arch team probably should go ahead and put that in there. But I guess they do it because some people don't like Grub. Some people like to use other bootloaders. So I get it. Arch is just build your own Linux. It's cool. And this is me building it using their wiki, 40 minutes. After a couple drinks and coming back, it's late. It's like 1:30 now, or 1:20.
How long does this go on for?
It's late, and I was able to do it. So tired, couple drinks, and following the wiki, got her done.
Wrap it up, Chris.
I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down.
User retention right now is going
this in the morning because I don't even know how I got here when it comes to. All I did was just copy paste from the wiki and then just follow some stuff. And I'm going to watch this video in the morning. I don't know if I'm going to actually put it up or not, but that is it for
Chris from the future here
edition of installing Arch
Editor
Linux.
Chris like
my
fell
daily
down.
Content out, and I didn't have this in the queue, and I needed to do.
We're still
the very
going.
First Arch
This
Linux
video could have been
install.
over like
There
2
you
minutes ago, Chris. Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, dude. Oh, that was gold. That was gold. Oh, I think that definitely inspires me. We need to do another Arch install. Arch Linux install video. We got to do another one. Because that was... God, there's so much wrong with what I did. Like, the other one from Ordinary Gamers was pretty good. Like, it was like, well, that's not how I would do it, but it's not wrong, per se. Like, he did some options that I was like, I don't necessarily agree with those options, but they're not wrong. And then I went to this one, I'm like, oh my God. Like, what was I doing with, like, LXDM? Like, I think it's a deprecated display manager no one uses anymore. And then I ended up just changing like the bash profile instead of like using xinit.rc. You don't necessarily have to use a display manager. You could just completely bypass it with xinit. Didn't do that. I decided let's use the CLI to log in, and then once it initiates bash, then it hits the bash profile, and then it starts XFCE automatically. What? No one does that. Like, that's not a thing. That's not like a proper way to set something up at all. Oh, that's just too great. We got to revisit the Arch Linux install. Maybe when I get back in town, because I'm flying out tomorrow morning. When I get back in town Tuesday morning before I do the live stream, I'm recording an Arch install because that would just be hilarious. Oh, maybe we. Everyone always wants like Gen 2 on a live stream. We could probably do that as well. Oh man, that's too great.